What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to a WaterHopin episode. My name is Ryan and I'm here to do my first ever cooking episode, so come along and stay tuned. Today, guys, we are here to talk about how to make homemade venison chili from my very first deer I got here a couple weeks back, and I'm just going to take you guys through it. This is the second batch I'm making now, and everyone freaking loved it the first time around. By no means am I saying this is the best ever deer chili ever made. One thing I will tell you is I'm a big produce guy. You're going to see a lot of produce in this chili. I'm making a big batch of it, so I've got a lot of leftovers. I'm going to be making lunches for myself over these next coming weeks here. With that being said, guys, come along, stay tuned, hit that like button, and let's start making some chili. Alright, so I guess you start with the main stuff. So right here, we got 3 1-pound wild game, aka my ground venison. We got 3 1-pounders and a pound of Italian sausage mild, Johnsonville. So that's our meat. We got 4 pounds of meat, right? I got 1 can of black beans on the counter, but I'm probably going to use 2 of these Goya black beans. You got beef broth. Going to be using about 2 cups of beef broth. 2 cans of Cento San Marzano organic peeled tomatoes. 2 cans, big in cans. As for produce, we're going to use about half of this whole white mushrooms. Right, we're going to use about half of that, and we're going to slice them. Actually, probably going to dice them since the Darwin's not eating this batch because it's a deer batch. So we're probably going to dice these mushrooms and really just blend them into everything. We got 2 yellow onions. We got 2 bell peppers, 2 jalapenos, and probably almost this whole bell of garlic is going to go in there. All these produce items are organic, not that that really matters, but other than the mushrooms, but everything else is organic. At the end of the saute, you're going to put this organic tomato paste in there to just really richen it up and thicken it up. Worked great on the first batch time around, so we're going to be doing that. First things first is we got to brown all this meat. So I'm going to be putting all this meat into this pot. We're going to get it browned up. Then on the tray underneath it, we're going to be putting all this meat to dry, kind of drain out a little bit so it's not cooking in all of its juices and everything like that. I like to drain them a little bit. So we're going to let it dry out a bit on there, get it back into the pot, and that's when everything kind of starts happening. As for seasonings, not a ton because the chili and the produce and everything kind of does a lot of the work, but obviously got salt. Onion powder, won't need too much though because we do have onions in there. Smoked paprika, kind of a key ingredient in my opinion. Same thing here, ground cumin, kind of a key ingredient in my opinion there. Black pepper. A little bit of this. This is just an extra. You guys don't need this, but I kind of like it. It's Kinder's wood-fired garlic. It's like a smoked additive right there. Not using a ton of that, but since it is a big batch, it might look like I'm using a lot. And then, of course, crushed red pepper. And I think, yeah, my chili powder. McCormick chili powder. Can't make chili without chili powder. So that's what we got right there. That's it for seasonings. Going to be sauteing the veggies and everything in this pan, and then adding the red tomato paste in at the end. Then we're going to be doing the meat in here, and obviously combine it all at the end. So with that being said, guys, let's get rolling. Okay, so while that's working, that's going to take a while. You got to keep rotating it, rotating it. Don't let anyone ever tell you you can't put 4 pounds of meat in a pot, folks. This is a big pot, but there's 4 pounds in there. 3 pounds of venison, 1 pound of mild Italian sausage. Just keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it till it's done. Vent is on, you can hear it. That window's wide open. Trying not to stink up the place, know what I'm saying? But while that's browning, start cutting some of this produce up. Hey, Keener. Oh no, that's Lily. That's Lily. 6-month kitten, almost 6 months. That's Keener. Keener! What? What is it? What is it? You smell it? She likes the smell of deer. Yeah, but you can't have any. She's only a year and like 2 months, and then there's this one, Lily. She's 5 months. Nope. Man, these are some potent onions. Oh my goodness, I am dying. Wow. Oh, try to make a video. It's getting emotional up in here. It's gonna be such good chili. When you put in your tomato paste, you don't need a ton. going in. Got the 2 bell peppers, 2 jalapenos, fresh crushed garlic, like 8 cloves. I know it's a lot, but it's 4 pounds of chili, and about half a container of whole mushrooms that I diced up. So we got that in there, sauteed with the tomato paste at the end. Meat's about to go in, and then we kind of start making this chili, guys. This is when it starts to look like some chili, you know what I'm saying? We got our base now. It's the ground venison and Italian sausage mixed with the diced up and sauteed produce. Bunch of seasonings about to go in. Beef broth about to go in, about 1.5 cups more. 2 cans of San Marzano organic. This is really what does it right here. I think this is the key, guys. Got to get the San Marzano. They're a little more expensive, but man, do these make a difference. 2 cans of them. That's where you're getting pretty much all your liquid from. That and the beef broth. So that's what's going on, guys. And chili powder, of course. Salt's first. Now I do a salt. I do all the seasonings. I give it a big toss, and then I do one more seasoning round. Then I add my tomatoes. Broth is already in there, so that when I stir the seasonings in, it's all got something to kind of mesh into. It's 4 pounds, guys. Remember that when you're adding this seasoning in. I guess if you're going to reduce this by half, make 2 pounds, you would just kind of reduce the seasonings, but I'm not measuring none of these seasonings. You're not using much of the cumin, but I think it has a good place, especially when I'm doing like ground meat of any sort. I like to put cumin in there generally. Cumin, smoked paprika. This is one you don't want to overdo, but it definitely has a great place in the recipe. Red chili flakes. Okay, pepper. Okay, finally the one we use the most of, chili powder. It's a new one, so I probably gotta open it. Yep, that's the right smell. Keep that lid off and go crazy. Probably gonna end up using dang near all of this. There you go, guys. Got our chili right there. Now all we need is time. Time is 4:48 right now. We are going to give this a clean 2 hours, and then it'll be done. So we will check in a little while when it's time to add the 2 cans of beans. There's only one there. When it's time to add the 2 cans of beans, and we'll be stirring it about every 20 minutes for the next 2 hours. Put the lid on and let nature take hold. Look at that. Homemade venison chili, guys. Absolutely delicious. Alright guys, we are nearing the home stretch here. 39 minutes, so that means time to add the beans. And going with 2 cans, gonna drain them and rinse them before we put them in. It's one key detail I like to do, is drain and rinse the beans before you actually put them in. But 2 cans going in, already taste tested it, spoiler alert, it's amazing. So already got breakfast going, or breakfast. We got dinner going over there, some tortellini action coming soon, but this is the main attraction. Worked into there. 1 can. a lot less beans than most people would use, but I'm not big on tons of beans in my chili. And this is plenty delicious, guys. And if you're not a big fan of mushrooms, my opinion on that would be still quarter them up or slice them really thick and obvious so you can still get the taste of the mushroom in there, but you don't have to actually eat it. My fiance, Caitlin, she is kind of the same way. She doesn't really like mushrooms, but if I slice them big, she likes the flavors, so still work it in there. Yeah, that looks a little better. I know it's not a lot of beans. It's minimal bean chili. Not a lot of beans here. It's just my recipe, guys. Don't bite my head off. It's just my recipe. Didn't say it's the best. It's just mine. I hope you guys enjoy it. One final stir. And we are there, folks. Oh man. I already taste tested it, guys. It's delicious. It's not that hard. Super simple recipe. Just takes a while, you know? It's chili. You can't rush it. Started cooking it at like 2:20 this afternoon. You know, it's almost 7 o'clock, so don't cook it when you don't have a lot of time. Generally, you should cook it probably the day before or whatever when you need it, or way in the future. For me, you know, I'm not even going to eat any of this right now. We're just going to let it cool, put it in the fridge overnight, and then I'm going to bag it up and freeze it in individual lunch-size packets for myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Maybe I'll do some more of these home cooking things. Next thing we're doing is the, I didn't record it, but if you guys want, I'll show you in the future. I do a homemade pulled chicken that's mighty fine, honey barbecue. If you guys want to see that next, drop a like or hit that subscribe button and comment below that you want to see it, and I'll do it, guys. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button, and I'll see you soon.